you'll never know. I screwed up the thumbnail. I screwed up the thumbnail. I was trying to do the thumbnail. And I screwed up the thumbnail. That was supposed to be the thumbnail. Oh, Till You Can't by Cody Johnson. Is it Cody Johnson and something else? On Go Country 105. On Go Country 105. Oh, guys. All jokes aside, it is important to remember that if you're driving, not flying, maybe if you're flying too, you're flying FPV, or if you're driving at 4 o'clock right now here in Irvine, California, nearby areas, the sun angle is kind of dangerous. So it was really scary going down the freeway, and almost got into an accident with a very nice lady by accident. So I apologize for that. That was terrible. So she was in the left lane and I was trying to merge in, and even though she was driving a big SUV, she was in the she was in my blind spot. I did not see her. So then I was trying to make that left turn. I couldn't see. The sun was coming from the side into my eyes. So again, I apologize for that. This kind of thing can happen a lot. Thank you to like God, energy, whatever, the force, for us not colliding and that everybody was safe. But that was a scary moment, and I thought I would just let you guys know to please be extra careful. That's something that I'm gonna have to follow my own advice as well. Be extra careful when you're driving on the road around 4 o'clock when the sun is going down. When that sun is going down, it is treacherous. Treacherous is the word today. The word of the day today is treacherous. Forget about the other one that we did earlier, live stream. But anyway, we're not gonna talk about this too much for now. Today it's just gonna be nice, easy, and breezy. I don't know if there's any. No, they're talking in the background on Go Country 105. And we're gonna be doing a little bit of reading here from one and this other book. It's gonna be easy breezy. We won't talk about that other thing. We'll wait until what happens tomorrow. Oh, it's quite the roller coaster ride over there. It is. Anyway, if you guys have not seen the fun live streams that I did earlier today, they are available on the YouTube, and you guys can go check them out yourselves. Real flight is a good thing. It's a good thing. If you are looking for something fun for your kids to do over the holidays that is not super violent and stuff, that's a pretty good thing to do. That is a pretty good fun thing to do. Learn to fly a drone with the easiest system that you can. Just get yourself a good old real flight. What is it? 9.5S or Evolution, depending on your computer capabilities. If your computer is very powerful, get the Evolution. If your computer is from the Middle Ages like mine, and it's running like Windows 7, Vista, and all the previous ones, all the way back to 95. If anybody still has 95, you're my hero, and please send me a copy. Anyhow, that was my favorite operating system, 95 and XP, actually. XP and 95. Some of the problems with the 95 was they did not have as many drivers as you wanted for some of the hardware. That's the only thing that was letting it down a little bit. Things started becoming a little bit more plug and play with Vista and XP. And then, of course, there was the NT, I think the network one. But that was mostly for the big tech companies. Anyway, this is where we left off. We're talking about Bluetooth systems like the ones that they use today in tracking and stuff. Anyway, so if the Bluetooth devices connect and everything works, the red light on the Bluetooth receiver will stop blinking and stay constantly lit. You should also get a message on the computer saying what serial ports have now been assigned to the Bluetooth device. It will look something like what you see in the picture, in the next picture, and they're talking about this thing here where it says Bluetooth. That's the one he wants you to look at. So look at that one, look at it closely, stop the video. Anyway, lots of COM ports over there. Next, you need to load a sketch such as Bluetooth test into your it says if you have a LCD connected, try the Bluetooth to LCD test program. Then connect the TXD pin of the Bluetooth receiver to the Arduino data pin D0. And then note that this will block you from uploading any additional sketches until it is disconnected. Excuse me. Next, load a terminal program on the PC such as Hyperterminal and set it up for the first communications port that was assigned to your Bluetooth device. And serial, not the kind that you eat, the cereal, it's like the serial port. It says for the baud rate, it's going to be 9,600. And then N inside the quotations and 8, and then 1. Those settings should be the default settings. Save this instance of Hyperterminal as Bluetooth for future use. I'm going to give you this just in case what I said was not clear enough. Hopefully you will be able to read that and you will be hunky-dory, as they say. At this point, you should be able to type on your PC keyboard and see it on the LCD attached to the Arduino, or press 0 and 1 to see the LED on the Arduino pin 13 turn on and off. Congratulations, you have mastered connecting a PC to an Arduino via Bluetooth. I could not find any step-by-step instructions to do this anywhere. Hopefully there should be now, maybe on GitHub. These days you can find whole kinds of cool stuff on GitHub because it's for gits like me. Anyway, that's an inside joke that you only get if you've lived in England or in the somewhere around there on the island. You will understand what a git is. You can check on the Bluetooth serial ports at any time by right-clicking on My Computer and selecting Device Manager. The screen should then show Bluetooth stuff in 3 locations, like in the next picture. The Bluetooth adapter should come up under Bluetooth radios, network adapters, and ports. So I'm going to show you the picture that comes with this beautiful thing here. And hopefully our favorite chef is going to help us here. Let's give a shout out to our favorite chef who's fixing the autofocus on this. Tim, thank you for fixing it. Anyway, so it says up next is a picture showing how to connect the Bluetooth receiver to Arduino. The Bluetooth module runs on 3.3 volts internally. Do not connect the D1 directly to the Arduino. Unless you have an adapter, use a 1K resistor in series, or simply do not use it. D1 is not needed to send commands from the PC to the Arduino. It is only needed to send responses back to the computer. I'm going to show you some other cool stuff here that's been blown up nicely so you guys can see that. Oh, that looks pretty, doesn't it? Look at that awesome piece of technology right there. Look at that awesome piece of technology right there. Awesome. So they're going to show you a bit of code here. It says the keyboard commands can be this: forward as F, back up as B, right as R, left as L, stop as S, clap as C. The programming for Bluetooth looks like this. Char, I think that means character. So then capital IN and then bite me or anything. But anyway, it's like, and then squiggly parentheses will close. Then you're going to do the void loop and do the same thing again. The 2 parentheses that look like an O, squiggly parentheses, and then double /, that means 2 /, and then read next available bytes. So then it's going to say in bytes equals serial.read, again, those 2 parentheses, and then a colon, double / execute the command. If it's going to be one of those if statements, open that thingy-majig, and then in byte And then you're going to have to do space and 2 equal signs. One of those funny apostrophe things, F, and then close the parentheses and a squiggly line parentheses pointing away from the other parentheses, and one more below to close off that parentheses, because you're going to have forward commands. Then it's going to be, there's another if statement. So if, open brackets, the things, in byte, double equals, and this time you're going to have the 2 quotes for the B in there, and then close it off, and so on and so forth. And the rest is history that you can read yourself and input, because otherwise, if I keep telling you things, you're going to try to input it on the computer, and trust me, all you need is one little mistake and the whole code is not going to run. So don't just input it the way that you see it over there. Let's see. Check out this cool image. The imagery is amazing. So here's a picture of the Bluetooth module attached to the sensor shield. Please note that the Bluetooth connector is 6 pins, but you only need to use 4 of them. The bottom 2 pins are not used. The top 4 Bluetooth pins line up as VCC, GND, TXD, and RXD. GND, which I believe is ground. The other ones you're going to have to look up yourselves. Maybe do a Google search, Siri search, or Amazon search, and you will find your answers there. Another option for wireless to wire the 2 adapters together. You might note that you are connecting TX to RX and vice versa. Once it is wired and working, you might want to cover it with a removable glue to keep it together. And it looks like that. Awesome. Next, you will need to make an adapter for the receiver. For this adapter, you will need 2 5-pin headers. And that is the picture that he shows right there. That's the one right there. Pretty cool, I would say, pretty cool. The wiring for this adapter is easier. I'm going to take his word because I've never tried this before. So the right 2 are direct, and the next 2, TX and RX, must be crossed. The receiver adapter plugs into the Bluetooth jack on the servo sensor shield once it is done. So let's take a look at that real quick. It's got some interesting stuff going on there. Maybe if we see it this way, it'll be easier. Not sure if I might actually go this way. That might help more. I don't know. Sometimes you have to look at it backwards to make sure that you get what's going on. Anyway, we've gotten here to chapter 5. We're going to stop it here. The next one that we're going to do, we're going to start off with chapter 5. But before we go, I'm going to read a little bit of Wing Chun, Yang Chuan, Gong Fu. Anyway, let's take a look at this cool book. I was trying to turn on lights and failing. Why can't it even turn on lights? It's unbelievable what happens these days. All right, so anyway, this book focuses on Neng Mui's kung fu lineage that was passed down to a monk named Miao Shun. And as somebody who made a company called Meow Meow, this is extra cool. There you go. I'm not making it up. So that's cool right there. And that was eventually passed down to the legendary Yen Kai-san. Miao Shun was another famous male student from outside the Aomei monasteries. He taught a student named Yim Yi, a hero and rebel that fought against the regime of the Qing dynasty under the secret name of Red Stick. There's a picture that might as well just show you guys this cool picture. There it is. There it is. Drawing of Neng Mui teaching the monk Miao Shun. As Yim Yi was wanted by the Qing government for rebellion, Yim Yi moved from Fujian to Liancheng City, now Yangzhou City, in the Canton province with his family. After settling in Liancheng City, Yim Yi made his livelihood by selling tofu. It was there that Yim Yi met Miao Shun and learned that Neng Moi fist from him. Yim Yi's third daughter, Yim Wing Chun, who was also known as Third Lady Yim, was a gifted student and learned the entirety of the Neng Moi fist from her father from a very young age. Later on, Yim Yi offered shelter to Lengbu Tol, another anti-Qing hero fleeing from the Qing government's persecution. Lengbu Tol was one of the best martial artists in the Canton province and one of the 10 tigers from the Jiangxi provinces. While Lengbu Tol stayed at the Yim residence, Yim Wing Chun defeated him in a friendly match. Afterwards, Lengbu Tol studied under Yim Wing Chun and married her. After Yim Yi passed away, Yim Wing Chun and her husband moved to Nyanshong town, which is in the north of Canton province, and continued to teach Lengbu Tol the Neng Moi fist. Years after Yim Wing Chun died from a disease, Lengbu Tol set up a martial arts center to memorialize his wife. Lengbu Tol renamed the Neng Moi fist to the Wing Chun fist in his wife's honor. Thus, Wing Chun became the eponymous name for Neng Moi's style of Kung Fu. And let me show you the little picture here, which is pretty cool. Hopefully it'll focus. Wow. So drawing of Yim Wing Chun having a friendly match with Lengbu Tol, right pick. Reenactment of the opera that Lengbu Tol loved to watch. So there was those two things there. It's a pretty fun anime-looking drawing. Very interesting. Yim Wing Chun's husband, Lengbu Tol, was an opera enthusiast. He avidly attended and supported the opera whenever the opera was in town. Excuse me. After Lengbu Tol felt particularly moved by a Foshan Cantonese opera Red Boat performance, he met and became good friends with 3 of the actors in the performance. Wang Huabo, who played the role of the loyal and righteous General Guan Yu; Lu Kam, senior lead role, who played the role of the painted-faced warrior, aka the brave and fierce General Zhang Fei; and Go Lao Zhong, who played the role of the honorable warlord, Liu Bei. Eventually, Lengbu Tol decided to tour with the Red Boat Opera group. He traveled south and resided in the Canton province. Lengbu Tol took the 3 actors as his disciples. I'll show you a quick picture. There it is. Wonderful. So, Zhang Fei, Lu Kam on the left, Liu Bei Zhong in the middle, and Guan Yu, Wang Huabo on the right. Wow, that's a tongue twister for me. Lengbu Tol's disciple, Lu Kam, the senior actor who played the role, he basically played the lead role, painted-faced warrior, stayed in the Canton province after he completed his kung fu training with Lengbu Tol. Lu Kam was nicknamed Painted-Faced Warrior after his role, and he later made the name Painted-Faced Warrior resound with honor through the martial arts community because of the many fights he took part in under the public eye. Lu Kam and Wang Huabo would go on to teach an elite warrior, Feng Xiu Xing, a hero of the martial arts community. Liu Tai also had a role in training this great warrior. Before Feng Xiu Qing left for his new job at the police department at Sichuan province, Liu Tai taught Feng Xiu Qing his Shaolin Weng Cheng forms and helped Feng Xiu-ching give the new police cadets crash courses in Kung Fu. At this time, Wing Chun history was entering the late Qing dynasty. And we're going to stop it here with the next bit, which is General Feng Xiu-ching fought in 4 states. So Feng Xiu-ching was born in 1837 in the Canton province. His father, a fabric businessman, surnamed Wang, passed away when Feng Xiu-ching was only 6 years old. Feng Xiu-ching then took the surname of his stepfather, who was likewise a clothing businessman. Later, on his stepfather's long-time devoted customer and good friend, Wing Chun master and Oprah Redboat actor, Lu Kam accepted Feng Xiu-ching as a student, while Wang Wabo and Go Lao Zhong also had a role in teaching Feng Xiu-ching. Lu Kam was the leader of the opera group as well as Feng Xiu-ching's primary teacher. Everyone in the opera group called him Lu Kam, Big Brother, as a sign of respect. And here he is right here in this picture, as you can see. Awesome. In 1853, Feng Xiu-ching became a martial arts instructor for the police department. He was appointed as the martial arts instructor and guard for 2 courts. And there we go. That is going to be all for today. And before we leave, I will end the live real quick with a little plug. Because why not? Because why not? Oh, it's kind of late and it's dark. We're going to do this little plug anyway. You can stop the video and read it to yourselves. But I'm going to explain it real quick so you guys don't get confused. So if you're a blue hair, you can drop $1 or $2 in the divorce fund. If you're a red-blooded alpha conservative with a gun, you can put a couple of dollars in the Be Your Own Man fund. And if you're a libertarian and everything in between, whether you're up, down, sideways, or whatever you are, you can put a couple of dollars in the Comic Relief Fund. Anyway, no, I'm joking. If you guys care about these models, and the cool thing is you're in the car and the lights turn off, right when you're trying to do your plug, right? You're trying to do your plug, because we got to do plugs, right? Everybody needs a good plug. Anyway, here we go. If you guys have a 3D printer and you care to want to 3D print one of these cool RC cars because you're an enthusiast, an RC enthusiast, and you want something like this that you can 3D print and stick it on one of your RC cars, feel free to let me know and I will send you some of these things for free, or you can get them on CG Trader for as low as $1. Whatever you want to throw at it, you could. Again, you might see prices that go like anywhere between $10 and $60, I think. But there's a button in CG Trader that will allow you to make an offer of any kind. And again, as I said, if you're a blue hair, you can put a dollar in there for the divorce fund. If you're a red-blooded alpha conservative with guns like Arnold Schwarzenegger, you can put your money down for Be Your Own Man fund. Or if you're a libertarian or anything in between, you can throw a couple of dollars in for the comedy relief. And anyway, and with that, I'm going to say goodbye and see you tomorrow. Take care, guys. Thanks so much for showing up at the live.